Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 44 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled Chaotic Yin. Oh, it's my pleasure, Yin, she said with doe eyes. Then she looked at Jirou. And you as well, Jirou, she added. I've been looking forward to making some food for you. Thanks, Jirou said with a smile. Momo smiled in return and turned to continue cooking pancakes and plating up, and you let go of Jirou's hand to carry the plates over to the table while Jirou got the condiments ready to add on the top. You chatted and joked with your girlfriends as the last of the setting up was done, and then you all sat down to eat together. Would you like for me to call the family car for you to use to go to the shops today? Momo asked before putting some pancakes in her mouth. Oh, we'll be fine, you replied, waving your fork around after biting the pancakes off the end of it. Unless you want a car, Jirou? I'm easy, she shrugged. How else will we get there? Bus? You offered. I think it stops in town, right? We can just walk down? You asked, looking at Momo to confirm, while you got more pancakes and maple syrup on your fork. Yes, Momo nodded. The shop isn't far from the end of town. Okay, that's chill, I guess. Jirou replied. We'll do bus and walk then. Yeah, I'll need to walk after eating all this, you said, pointing to your plate and the 6 pancakes Momo had piled on there. You need to have a good breakfast, she replied in her own defence. Yeah, good breakfast times 20, you replied, and Jirou giggled a little from across the table before putting more food in her mouth. Don't laugh, or I'll start adding some of my pancakes to your plate, you joked to her. You can keep them, she replied with a glint in her eye. Not that they're not amazing, though. These pancakes are one of the best I've ever tasted. I used French butter, Momo said excitedly. I had my father send me some. Not gonna lie, French butter slaps, you said. I'll get some for you, Jirou. I'll take whatever, but this is really good, she said as she put more in her mouth. Momo grinned excitedly and you smiled to yourself. Oh, everyone seems happy, you thought. After breakfast, you and Jirou left hand in hand from Heights Alliance and walked down to the local bus stop to catch the bus into town. How are we going to get the mattress back to the dorms? Jirou asked as you sat down on the bus and settled back. That's the thing. I did this on purpose so we couldn't get a mattress back to the place, so then I can sleep in your bed, you joked teasingly, leaning over her a little and placing one hand on the glass window to her left to cage her in. So, now what you going to do? Sleep with you, I guess, she replied coyly, blushing a little as she looked away. Oh, you replied with one eyebrow raised. You didn't even hesitate. I was joking. Well, I mean, not entirely joking, but they deliver the mattress, so yeah, they take it to the dorms in the truck. Oh, right, she replied, and you noted she almost sounded disappointed. Wait, why do you sound disappointed? You chuckled, pushing off the window and sitting back. I can still crawl into your bed, baby. Ain't no lying about that. Okay, she said in her mind as she looked out the window, and you reached for her chin and cheeks and squeezed them as you turned her face back towards you. You can't just accept so readily and not expect a kiss, you said, as you pressed your lips to hers quickly and then pulled back. She blushed and looked away, and you tuned into her mind again. You always make me so flustered, she pouted in her mind. Yeah, because you're just too cute, you replied to her inner thoughts, ducking your head down and kissing the side of her neck, which made her crinkle up like a stepped-on soda can. Stop, she giggled, and you wrapped your arms around her and squeezed her gently. You're going to give me an attack of the cute, you growled with aggressive cuteness. The bus only had 2 more stops, and then you pressed the button, and the next stop was yours. Okay, baby, here we are, you said as you stood up and offered her your hand to get her up out of the seat so you could both get off. After jumping off the bus steps, you stood there with her for a second as you got your bearings. Okay, you said after looking around. This way, you concluded, heading off in the direction of the place that you had been to before with Momo when you bought the tall boy set of drawers. You had seen that they were selling mattresses there too, so why not go there? Into the place you stepped and looked around for the bedding section. This way, you added, when you saw the sign and took Jirou's hand to bring her with you. Bro, I don't even know what I'm looking for, you mumbled, when you stepped around the corner and before you lay a plethora of different beds and mattresses. Do any of these things print cheat sheets for exams? Because if they do, I'll take that one, you said, as you walked along looking at them all. May I help you? A lady asked politely as she walked over to you and Jirou. Man, I don't even know, you said to her. Personally, I think I'm beyond help, but if you want to give it a shot, then I'm open, you said. Oh, God, Jirou whispered. Hey, we need a mattress, maybe one on a pull-out bed or something, she added. Oh, you punctured. Yeah, that. Good thing I have my better half with me. Her brain is intact. Mine is upside down most of the time. The lady was doing her best to follow what you were saying and smiled very politely, but you could tell that she was a little weirded out. And you had just tuned into her inner thoughts, and she had thought, okay, jokester alert. I guess as long as they don't start cracking dad jokes, I should be okay, she thought with a giant fake smile plastered on her face. Yeah, how many miles can I get on this thing? You then asked goofily, and had to look away to stop yourself from laughing because the internal groan from the lady assistant was too much. Oh my god, this is going to be so fun, you thought with an internal laugh. Your internal laugh increasing when you heard Jirou's inner thoughts. I swear to God, Yin, why did I bring you here? She thought. Best day ever, you thought with a huge grin on your face as you pretended to cough and cover your mouth so neither of them could see it. Anything will do, Jirou deadpanned, and you again had to hold in your laughter. The lady took you over to a few different mattresses and focused most of her attention on Jirou, so that it gave you a chance to be a real idiot just to stir the two of them up. Is this one a magic carpet? You asked as you sat down on one and bounced a little, looking at Jirou, then the lady. Good God, this one is a handful, the lady assistant thought. No, Jirou deadpanned. Oh my God, this is so much fun, you thought with amusement. You got up and walked over to another one and placed one hand down on it. And this one was too hard, you sung, trying to imitate the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Jirou eyed you, so you walked over to the next one and placed a hand on it. And this one was too soft, you said. Yin, Jirou punctuated. You couldn't hold it in any longer and burst out laughing, which confused the assistant. I'm sorry, you laughed. I have a mind-reading quirk. I was just messing with you. What's your kind of middle to high-end mattress and I'll take it? Oh, that would be our Orthoplex Memory Foam Deluxe Edition, the lady said. I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't offend with anything I thought. She then added, I really need to be careful in this world. You would think I'd be aware of that kind of quirk by now. You're fine. Anything you can offend, I can offend better, you added. I was born without a filter and my care factor for anyone other than my girlfriends is 0. You shrugged and pushed your hands into your pockets without a care for her next thoughts. You had had your fun and now you were keen to sign on the dotted line and move on. You had more important things to do with Jirou that day, and one of those things was to grab lunch and then get yourself a skateboard. You had been itching to get one ever since that night at the convenience store parking lot. Yeah, I do feel like if you had a mind-reading quirk, you'd use it to mess with people. Maybe that's just me. Stay tuned for chapter 45 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.